Well, we understand just in the last few minutes it's still suspended the search. There was a concern from the firefighters aboard that the Costa Concordia was beginning to move on the seabed where it is behind me. That seabed is very shallow, but then it shelves away very steeply, and I think there's obviously concern that if it continues to move around, it may drop off into that shelf and sink completely. And as you say, with that huge amount of fuel oil on board, that would be an environmental catastrophe here in these beautiful azure waters around the island of Giglio. Elsewhere, we're getting more from the lawyer or the prosecutor who's investigating the captain here. He remains under arrest, not charged yet, but he's facing possible charges of manslaughter, abandoning ship, and causing a shipwreck, which would be 15 years in prison if he was found guilty. They're examining the black box, a bit like a flight recorder on a plane from this ship, but they've indicated that they think simply that he got too close to the shore, that he was on the bridge at the time, and that he left the ship while there was still a significant number of passengers on board. And they so far questioned more than 100 witnesses, both crew and passengers, to find out exactly what happened. But all indications are, both from the Costa Cruise Company and from the prosecutors, that this wasn't any kind of technical problem. It was simply that they got too close and hit the shore, hit the rocks.
So, Dan, that leads us to the question, but why? But why? If, you know, technically the GPS says there are rocks, is there any speculation about why the captain might, in fact, have sort of taken the route that would take you right by the rocks and closer to the shore?
Well, there seems to have been a bit of a tradition with the Costa Concordia of coming past this little town because there are links between some of the crew. There's a former captain of the Costa Concordia that lives on the island. Some of the crew are from the island of Giglio. So there was a kind of tradition of them doing a kind of flyby almost, if you like, a sail-by, where they would wave and sound the horn to their friends on the island. Now, whether they've just got a bit blasé about the whole thing and a bit complacent about it and got just a bit too close, having done this for years, that's a possibility, or whether there's some other issue, we don't know. But certainly they came exceptionally close to this town and to the shore with devastating